Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 10. What week are we on? Week 7, Day 5. So today, we got ourselves a bit of an error in the game. So as some of you guys have probably already seen, it is currently impossible to get the 10th crown that you need for the, like normally you'd be able to get 10 per day. Today you can only get 9. When will this be fixed? I have no clue. Last time this happened, it got fixed like at 1 a.m. And I'm not sure if that's going to happen again because that was very annoying because then we were like 1 crown short the entire time because they technically fixed it in time, but they fixed it at a time where, you know, most people would be sleeping. Well, maybe not most people, depending on time zone, most people would be sleeping. And I wasn't able to actually claim the 1 crown. If they do fix it like that again, that's unfortunate. It'd just be better if they sent one in the mail or something. But, yeah, they did that last time, and it was like 1 or 2 a.m. by the time they fixed it, which was like 1 or 2 hours before reset. So most people weren't able to claim the other crown. That's assuming they even do it in time. They could just do it on Monday and not even bother fixing it this whole weekend. But anyways, of course we have Vault Weekend. That's kind of been messing up with the crown thing. You can only get 9 or 10 crowns today unless they fix that soon. Aside from that, yeah, standard vault event, doing a bunch of grind. Obviously, I was not able to actually finish out Geomancer earlier today. I got a bit caught up. However, that's what we're going to do now. So we're going to do it live. So we're currently level 96. Our goal of this stream is to get to level 100, which actually should only take about an hour with the PvP method. So that's basically exactly what we'll be doing. And of course, there are gnomes. I will be keeping track of how many vault keys, epic vault keys, all that we end up getting. Currently, we're at 6-1. I also did the strategy that people have suggested in the past, which is a very good idea, which is to get them to nice zeros. I guess you technically could have done this all the way down to 3,800, but I did it down to 3,810 and 390, so it'd be easier to remember the numbers. I will probably still forget the numbers. However, this will make it a little bit easier. Yeah, some people suggested in the past, like, get it to a 0, so it'd be slightly easier. And that's exactly what we did. So, first time we actually did that on the Vault Weekend. Normally I just take whatever numbers they're at and just go from there. And of course we have 2 pity keys. I'm not keeping track of pity this time. I've kind of stopped keeping track of pity because if we ever wanted to see pity, it literally tells us what the number is right there. So it's not too big a deal to keep track of. Anyways, so yeah, it's going to be our main goal. Just keep hunting for this hero class, and then we'll clear out the other dailies. As soon as we get level, we'll hand out 2 codes to stream. We'll hand out one at in a little bit, and then we'll hand out the other one when we actually hit level 100. And currently we're at level, as you saw, 96. I think 96 and a half, somewhere around there. Let's see, somewhere around there. Yeah, almost 96 and a half. But yeah, we'll hand out a code in a little bit, and then we'll hand out the other code when we hit level 100. And then we'll have a level 100 class to mess around with. Obviously, not too much more that we could do with the class at level 100. Obviously, it's way stronger at 100, but you don't get to see it being that much stronger because all it gets is a bunch of immunities, and obviously those immunities are really good when applicable. However, there are a lot of situations where they're not necessarily applicable, which makes them not as good. Also, what are these repicks right now? It's like the most we have to repick for a while. 3 repicks. So Forge is allowing you to craft one-time only items again. Wait, again? Wait, you mean again after the again that it already agained? Or was this still the initial again? Wait, is this again? No, it's just the initial again. But yeah, that's been happening all week. That's been happening since Monday, Tuesday? It has to be Tuesday because I didn't mention the Monday video. But yeah, it was like Tuesday, Wednesday or something where that started happening. But yeah, we already crafted all those. I thought you meant again. I was like, wait, what? That's so much loot. But no, just the initial again. But yeah, we did that on Tuesday. Anyways, back to the PvP. You got me excited for more loot again. But no, that's been happening all week since like Tuesday. I'm not sure what bugged it out, but apparently something did. Oh, does our guild have a pet active? Because we found another. The answer is yes. Gosh, what pet do we have active then? We have a useless little fire spirit active for 15 more minutes. Well, we might be able to find something for our guild then. So hello everyone, by the way. I hope all of you have been having a wonderful weekend. Well, it's finally the weekend. Hello Bill, hello Ricardo, hello Big Country, hello Gerudo, hello Roman, hello Black Glass, hello NASA, hello Gimli, hello Logic Slayer, hello Ricardo, hello Tyrion, hello Bill Warhammer who made it first for the first, hello Tony, hello Andrew, hello Churros. Oh gosh, I haven't had a churro in forever. Actually, last time I probably had a churro was at, I don't have a membership to them anymore. Gosh, what's it called? Costco. Costco had pretty good churros. Not the best I ever had. Actually, you know where the last place I had it actually wasn't a Costco's. It was at the flea market. It was at an Amish flea market. It wasn't actually the Amish part of the flea market, but one of the outside sections. There was just a bunch of other dealers and stuff doing stuff. But there was a churros vendor there, and gosh, they were good. They were really good. It was actually the only thing that place sold other than drinks. But yeah, not sure how that specific one functioned. Though I guess there was enough of a crowd that they probably could get enough churros sold. They were a little bit pricier too, but they were big and they were good. Actually, some of the thicker churros I've ever seen. Like normally you think like really thin, like almost like 2, but they were like I don't know, like almost bottle thick. Like almost as thick as a bottle that he would also sell for like $2 each. Overpriced, but all drinks there were kind of overpriced. For just a can of soda. It is pretty much as thick as the can of soda that he was also selling. It's kind of funny. Obviously, it was way longer than that, but the thickness of it was about that thick. Anyways, hello, Addict. Hello, who knows hello to? Hello, Janice. Hello, Lester and Eliza. Hello, Mobarashi, and hello, everyone else. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, verse 2. That's the exact verse I need. Nice. Also, that's one nice benefit of this team as well. Is we can actually take extra turn for the full mana off of 4 times. This is something that you can't do with a Phoenicia team. So if you ever wonder like why I don't run Phoenicia team, I actually saw someone comment on that on the other video as well. Phoenicia is definitely a very good team to run. But the main reason I actually don't run it here, even though it has a higher kill range, is because the 4 times capability of extra turning. Phoenicia can full mana off of 5 times, off the 2 corresponding colors that you set her up to, normally red and something else, like normally red and green. Green because of Leprechaun, red because why not? You can do it to either red or yellow, doesn't matter which. But green's always the secondary one because Leprechaun gives the other +1. But anyways, she can get full mana off of a 5 times green or 5 times of the secondary color that you give her. However, Rowan does it still for 5 times, obviously, but also does it for 4 times. So you can take a 4 times green or 4 times blue to full mana. It's one of the nice benefits of using this team compared to using a Phoenicia build. This is pretty much the main gimmick that we get as a benefit when using this particular way. Also, I've noticed some people mention on the forum that there's a lower rate of gnomes. I personally have not been seeing a lower rate of gnomes. Obviously, we haven't grinded that much, based on our numbers in the corner over there, the 6 Volkies and 1 Epic Volky. Though all those are from just wild ones by doing this method. But, I don't know, gnome rate seems perfectly fine. I have not seen any nerf in it. However, I am definitely in the crowd of Final Crown not working. Because no one's Final Crown is working. I have not seen a single platform where the 10th crown is obtainable. Unfortunately, it is completely unobtainable. Yeah, gnome rate is fine. I haven't seen any reduction in gnome rate. It's just that 10th crown is being buggy. Well, they'll fix it soon. It happened last time as well, which is weird because you would think like they would have a solution for it. Like they saw what was an issue last time, and it's like, we should probably fix this. And then they didn't. Because the exact same thing happened during the Nexus event. And then 7 months later, and it still happens again, so... Whatever the issue was, they did not fix it. Also, I cannot open this can. Why on earth is it, like, so low down? I find it weird how some cans are different like that. One of the more annoying ones is, you know those cheese sauces that are in, like, those tins? That have, like, that little, almost like a little thing like this where you, like, move it up. But if it ends up breaking, like you almost have to get a can opener out to go and open it properly, even though it has one of those things that you could try to open it without the can opener. Some of them are so low down, like this one is being right now, gosh, that it will sometimes break, and then you can't open it. And that's what this feels like right now. Though I've never actually had it happen to a can of soda before. But I have had it happen to like those cheese sauce thingies, where they have like those easy, like you don't need can opener things, but then it breaks and it's like, oh, I need can opener still. Elisa took your 10th. Refreshing. Yeah, it's still been so hot out. And it's still peak summer as well. I'd give it a couple months, it'll die down some. Though it pretty much always feels like summer in this area. It's just now it feels like super summer. Like it can be winter and it still feels like summer in other locations. Like, it's never not summer in this area. It's just summer is, like, super ultra summer. I thought I saw 4 times for a second there. You're working up some gnomes before you went to work. Nice. Yeah, I wasn't able to grind it too much, but that's what we're doing now. We'll finish it out. But definitely need to get our grind on. Never a better time to be grinding than during Vault events. Great time to catch up for newer players or anyone trying to progress through the game as well. Best time to ever be grinding in the game. The best method to be doing is explore quick kill, even though that's not what we're doing right now. We're currently farming the hero class. It's still pretty good XP. We're running about 3 times per minute or so, which is about half the rate if we were using a really good quick kill team in Explore, like if we were using double Ironhawk, I mean. However, we are getting quite a bit more hero XP by doing this, since we're getting 6 per minute. Also, based on the math we did earlier, or not the math, but the timing that we were doing, we're actually technically getting slightly more than 6 per minute. That might actually be a low ball estimate. We might actually be getting closer to 400 per hour instead of 360. Because we were doing a timing where it should have came out to 15 minutes at 6 per minute, and we ended up doing it in 12 minutes last night. Which means we're actually farming quicker than that. And my estimate's just a low ball. I generally lowball the numbers whenever I put them up. But just to make sure that if you were calculating out for the actual amount of time that it would still be accurate. But apparently, it is actually quicker. Because it's better to underestimate than overestimate. Or, I mean, overestimate than underestimate. Whatever way it is. It's better to think you have to farm more than to farm less. Because it's better to figure out that you actually got it done quicker than your estimate than to figure out you reach your estimate and then realize, oh, the math was wrong, I need to do it like another 3 hours now. You're going for 500, 100 again? Nice. Wait, 100. Wait, 100 epic gold keys. Would you get 100 epic gold keys by then? I don't think you would. By that benchmark, you'd have like 50, 60-ish. And the same with pity keys. But even then, you wouldn't have that many pities. Yeah, heat's been insane lately. Oh, that reminds me, did Isabel not say hi? Is she still feeling the heat as well? Oh no, Isabel's here. I know you've just been feeling kind of down because of the heat. I've had a couple friends that have actually been taking the heat pretty badly. Especially some people in areas that don't have air conditioner. Or, you know, who normally wouldn't need it. But because it's been so hot pretty much everywhere lately. Yeah, that's probably the people who it's hitting the worst. Like areas that normally wouldn't need air conditioning, but it's just been so hot. And then they don't have it. That's been better now, that's good to hear. Oh yeah, that reminds me, I still need to go claim the code thingy from Zeddicus. Forgot to go do that earlier. I saw his message, but I was busy with something, so I never actually got around to claiming it. And I definitely need to, because next week we're going to be doing Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I'll probably be starting that up on Tuesday. And we're going through the entire game. It's basically the new big RPG. It is Nintendo exclusive, unfortunately. However, we'll be streaming the whole thing, so if you want to see it, you can see it there. I mean, I've actually managed to avoid all spoilers for the game. I'll try to explain things when I can. Though, if it's anything like Xenoblade Chronicles 2, you don't really need much context at all. Like, I never played any Xenoblade Chronicles game when I first played the second one, and I fully understood everything. And I would assume Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is somewhat set up like that, where even with zero context of any other game, you'd probably still understand what's going on. Because gosh, they hit you with a billion tutorials if it's anything like Xenoblade Chronicles 2. What's kind of funny is Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I felt like the first half of the game was like so absurdly tutorial heavy. Yet even through all those tutorials, it still never explained every mechanic in the game. Just because there were so many mechanics. Like, it probably had one of the most in-depth mechanic systems I've ever seen for a game that you're likely only going to play through once, maybe twice at most. So hopefully this game has a little bit better pacing for it. It actually technically came out today, but we won't be streaming it till Tuesday. It's actually one of the first games in a while where we're not playing on release day. It's mostly because I have a couple things I need to do this weekend. One of those being, we need to go cover the video on that hero class already. Plus it's Vault weekend, so if I have any bit of free time, I probably want to be grinding Vaults. Get that loot in when we can. My gnome rate seems so much better than yours. Oh no, I have heard some people mentioning on the forum that their gnome rate seems really bad. My gnome rate seems unchanged. I'm not sure what I'm doing differently. I'm on the PC version of the game on Steam. Well, there is only one PC version. But yeah, I'm playing on the PC version. And I have not noticed any difference with gnome rate. I still have the 910 glitch on crowns. But my gnome rate is completely unchanged. I have not noticed any decrease. Even though I have heard some mention on the forum that there has been for some people. I have not been experiencing that decrease though. Seems like a perfectly normal rate that you would get for any gnome event. Though I'm also currently only been farming PvP, I haven't actually tested Explore or anything yet, so maybe it's only affecting Explore. Because all my battles so far during this Vault event have only been in PvP, specifically to try to get this thing to max level. Which we're getting there, we're almost level 97, right? Oh no, we're already hit 97. Okay, we'll hand out a code when we hit 98, and then we'll hand out another code when we hit 100. Because I did say we'd hand out an extra code on the stream we finally get 100 on. And that is this stream. And luckily, I have not ran out of codes yet this month. Most because Kafka sent us them a little bit later into the month. So I still actually have a lot of codes left. Let me see, how many do I have? I have, I still have like 2 or 3 weeks of worth of codes. But it's mostly because they weren't sent to us at the beginning of the month. So I actually have a lot of spare codes right now. If nothing else, we can hand out a bunch for the Journey event. I mean, not the Journey event, what's it called? It's called Legends Reborn. We have our first ever Legends Reborn event next week. It's happening in 3 days, next Monday. It lasts for 2 weeks as well, which is a little bit weird. It is the first weekly event that ever lasts more than 1 week, other than when the game first started. So when the game first started back in 2014, all events were actually 2-week-long events instead of 1 week long. And since then, when they went to a 1-week system, they've never actually gone back to doing the whole 2-week system for anything until this Monday, where the Legends Reborn event will last for 2 weeks. How exactly it works, I still do not know to this moment, and we'll figure it out on Monday. Actually, we will be doing a stream on Monday morning as well. Right on Monday morning at 3 AM Eastern Standard Time, reset time. We will be doing a stream, you know, exactly at reset time on the weekly reset. And we'll mostly be seeing what on earth Legends Reborn is mainly going to be the main goal of that stream. I'm not sure how much we'll be able to do with it. It might only be an hour-long stream. However, whatever we can do with Legends Reborn, we will be exactly at reset this week. Yeah, we'll see what's up with that. Because I really don't know. We'll find out. Like, the patch notes, like, go over it slightly, but the patch notes don't really give much clarification as to what on earth you're doing. Because it seems like we're mostly replaying through a specific, kingdom. I'm not sure if it's all kingdoms or just a really specific one, or exactly how that's gonna work out. We'll find out. Ooh, also seems, slightly paywalled, but you can also get it later. You know, just in the normal drop table of pets. Also, the thing that seems to be paywalled, it seems to be pretty bad. It's just for Mythic Pet to give it slightly more stats. And the Mythic that it corresponds to, even if it had, like, double stats, would still be kind of useless. Because this Yasmin's Chosen. And Yasmin's Chosen's pretty average. It's not even that good at looping. And all it's good at doing is, like, 4 times entangling. It doesn't even have a 4 times entangle, only tangles once per green. So compared to something like Elementalist, it's just, like, way weaker Elementalist in most situations. Meaning you would almost never use it. Similar to most things in the game, it's just weaker Elementalist. As is, like, 90% of things that have a similar mechanic. But more importantly, it's basically weaker Wild Queen, I mean. Wild Queen is basically it, but better. Wild Queen doesn't have Entangle, but it has Attack Steal, which in many contexts is almost better, because you also gain the attack. It's also good because he gets to choose what gets disabled, whereas Yasmin's Chosen is random what you tangle. If Yasmin Chosen and tangled all enemies per green, it would be a little bit better, but it only does one random one. Which reminds me, there's actually currently nothing in the game that entangles everything per extra turn, is there? Like anything that like auto 4 times entangles off of trait, not off of ability. Like there's abilities that do it, but if I'm not mistaken, there's not a single ability that will ever 4 times the enemy, or at least, you know, in one single instance. Obviously you could do it with elementals if you get enough extra turns and stuff like that, but there's none that do it in one single instance unless I'm forgetting of one. You've been seeing a lot of Century Age of Ashes ads, like a lot, really? That's weird that they'd be advertising that game again. Because that game's kind of gone and went at this point. I guess they're still trying to get sales. Like, it's slightly an independent company from Nintendo, even though they're releasing all their games on the Nintendo platform. Because last I recall, Age of Calamity is actually their best-selling game they ever made. So maybe they are just trying to do more ads for it to sell even more. Just so it looks better for investors. Because I'm pretty sure the company that made it, Age of Calamity, was their best-selling game they ever made. Actually, it might even be more sold than literally every other game they made combined. Even though Age of Calamity didn't even sell, like, ultra good for, like, a Nintendo game. But I think it sold, like, what, 10-ish million? Something around there? I don't remember. But for them as a company, I'm pretty sure it was, like, more than every game they ever made combined. Because that's actually what happened with Xenoblade Chronicles. That's, like, a slightly different company as well. And I believe Xenoblade Chronicles 2 sold more at the time, not prior to like Xenoblade Chronicles 1 Remake and obviously Xenoblade Chronicles 3 now. But Xenoblade Chronicles 2, when it was released on the Switch, sold more than every other game the company that made that game ever made. Like that one single game sold more in like a year than every other game they ever made on the Switch. Or on anything for that matter. It's specifically a Switch version of that game. Oh, you mean Age of Ashes. Oh, I thought you said Age of Calamity. My bad. I got confused. I didn't realize you said Age of Ashes. I read the first 2 words and it was like autocomplete. Oh, has Age of Ashes been doing ads? Interesting. That game kind of died, though they did release Season 1. So maybe it undied? Oh no, let me check the Steam. Have they cracked past even 300? Let's see. Because last I checked, that game is deader than Puzzle Quest 3. Century Age of Ashes, where even is it? I end up uninstalling it just to free up space as well. Let's see. Nope, they haven't even cracked past 300. And they're in the Season 1 launch. Oh no, that's not a good sign. Especially for something that needs players. Like, Puzzle Quest 3 can survive without having like a super huge player base, because you know it's more of a single player experience. But you literally need like 10 people in Age of Ashes to even make a battle, and they don't even have 300 concurrent, and they're only on Steam, so it's not like, oh, actually, never mind. I think they did have a console release. I'm pretty sure their console release did not do too well based on the Steam numbers. Also, I believe it was only like PlayStation and Xbox. I don't think it came out on Switch, because I'm pretty sure the Switch can't physically handle a game like that. Wait, is there a bug with Justice? I haven't used him for a while. He's a fun troop. But he's fell off the meta for a while. Did the most recent patch actually add a glitch with him? I haven't actually seen it because I haven't bothered using him. He used to be like absurdly meta, and then they fell off like crazy. The main thing that made him fall off was the way that they changed gem spawning during one specific patch. That kind of changed him forever. Because they never actually changed what his ability does. They just changed how gem spawning works, which made him, Honor, and a few other ones just so much worse than they were, as well as Courage. Oh, our first curse gnome of the weekend. Nice. Not like I need them, but hey. I might eventually need those little shards. Who knows, maybe I'll add something else to use them on, like Underworld Treasure. Ooh, 14. That's almost the biggest drop you can get. He drops either 10 to 15, depending on what he feels like dropping. And that's the second biggest one. Can you please give me a battle? Thank you. Also, one of the other reasons I don't want to take the higher battles, even if we did switch to a Phoenicia, the higher the battle we take, the higher chance they have of having a revive. And these lower battles have a good chance of not having a revive. And a revive can definitely slow you down a bit, even if you have a cleanup option for it. Like that 7001 we easily could have taken with a different team. But I don't want to risk the revive. Because it seems like this can't really fit a stun, unfortunately. There's no room to really put stun on the team. Especially when we have to run a specific hero class. Also, I wish the stunning hero class was better. We technically have a stunning hero class. It's just so absurdly bad at actually functioning. Also, I might need to start losing some of my battles so we can actually get some easier fights. Oddly enough, this method actually gets harder to do later into a week. The main reason for this is mostly due to the PvP tables shifting, because you keep getting less and less people in that lowest brackets area. And sometimes when it shifts what your actual battles are, it's going to shift it into something that has a lot of fights you can't really take. And if this ever happens, we can start losing in PvP to try to fix it. Because as the week goes on, we're going to keep getting slightly different opponents. Also, I believe this is for a pet activation. I would check with my guild, but we're going to be getting so many pets so quickly that we really don't need to check. There we go, we got it. Oh! Ooh! We got the Shimmer Scale Egg. The reason I'm oohing is this might be the first time the guild has even gotten one. Not the first time I've gotten one anyways. But, oh, never mind. This was the one from the other week. Oh, no! It's one of those special pets that came out. You know, the ones that came out in version 6.3. I forgot, we had an event for this already. However, we have almost no copies of it because it's one of those event ones. But there we go. Yeah, more Shimmer Scale Eggs. It's kind of useless what it does. But, yep, there it is. Shimmer Scale Egg. Anyways, let me go and let's go take this pet before I forget. Because I will forget. But yeah, it's a nice pickup. We'll do it as a Phoenicia team. Oh yeah, Zeddicus, I did see the message earlier. I wasn't able to claim it because I was in the middle of something, and then got so distracted that I actually forgot to go claim it, but yeah, I need to go do that as soon as I finish the stream. I'll let you know if it works. But yeah, we'll be doing that on Tuesday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week. And probably the weekend if we don't finish it by then, because I have a feeling Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday will not be enough time to finish it. Because if I had to guess, the game probably takes like 50-ish hours, give or take. Probably even more if you do more completionist stuff. We're mostly just going to be beelining the storyline though, for the most part. After we finish that, we might do some of the side stuff. If we're still very invested in the game. I don't know, it really depends what the side stuff is. Because one side thing might be really, really interesting, like some kind of side minigame or something similar. That might get our attention for multiple hours. But otherwise, I'm mostly just going to be heading straight through the storyline. And sometimes you do have to grind a little bit to even get through the storyline. As it is an RPG after all. And RPGs do that sometimes. I wonder if it has a difficulty slider. I don't think the first game did. I know in recent times a lot of games that we've been doing like that have been. Like for example, gosh, why can I not remember its name? Fire Emblem Three Hopes had a difficulty slider. There's one for Triangle Strategy as well. I'm not sure why I'm comparing it to those games. I guess because they're all RPGs. However, all three of them are a completely different genre of RPG. Like, they are drastically different, even though they're kind of still in, like, that RPG family of games. Or even JRPG, depending on how you look at it. But, they're still all drastically different. The difference between Triangle Strategy, Fire Emblem Three Hopes, and, Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Like, they're all a drastically different genre. Even though they're also overlapping the same genre. Like, their gameplay is different genre, but their, like, sub-genre is the same genre. If that makes any sense. Also, why do I have a Bronze Lock Pistol team here? You know how dated this Bronze Lock Pistol team is? This is, like, 5-year-ago tech. And I still haven't changed it for this one. It's fine, though. Bronze Lock Pistol was actually meta for some amount of time. Back when gold farming teams were like really absurdly good with Cedric and all that. I'm not sure why this specific one still has it though. because you never actually needed bronze luck for this. I think I like showed it one day of like a cheaper option of like writhing staff or something, and I never bothered changing it to this day. And oh, 3 eggs! Wow, nice. Not only did we activate one we needed, but we got 3 copies of it. Very nice. Anyways, back to our normally scheduled level this hero class. Back to casual. Repick till we find something easy, and kill them out. Ooh, exactly what we need to find. But yeah, let me actually go pull that real quick. Have you been noticing a lower rate of gnomes? Because my answer is definitely no, but I'm curious. Have you been noticing a lower or same amount of gnomes this weekend? Same amount? Oh wait, I should probably say same amount or lower. Keep putting the negative first in the poll. It's like asking a poll that's like no yes instead of yes no. Have you been noticing a same amount or lower of gnomes this weekend? Same amount, lower. Because a bunch of people on the forum were saying lower earlier, though I've seen no difference personally. Like this is definitely pretty standard rate of gnomes. If anything, almost feels higher, though it's definitely not higher. Lower is winning. Interesting. I wonder if it actually is lower for some people. If for anyone who is lower, like what platform are you on? And where are you farming? There's one thing I haven't done yet. I haven't actually done explore farming. So maybe it's like affecting explore or something. Though it could also be certain platforms it's affecting. Potentially. Same rate, but it always is horrible. I wouldn't say that. Also, have we even gotten any vault keys in the last, like, several minutes? Because I haven't updated the number. But it's also because I don't recall seeing a single vault key in this time. Though we've been getting a lot of verses. Oh, a lot of verse 2s, too, which is really good because that's the one I actually need. My PC mobile, one's on Xbox. So it's affecting everywhere, then, if it is affecting anything. I gotta double check real quick. How's our keys doing? Nope, I have actually gotten no keys since then. That's interesting. This entire stream, we've actually gotten not a single key. We've been going for like half an hour. And we've been doing this pretty much the whole time, and we've not gotten a single vault key or epic vault key. Though we were doing so good at it earlier. I was doing it off stream. Because of course that 6-1 I currently have is all off stream. We have not actually gotten a single one on stream yet. Which is kind of funny. I wasn't grinding that long off stream today. I think it was maybe an hour, not even. Oh, why did I think I would go into a, I took that so I could take a 4x green. But then didn't realize the way I took it wasn't a 4x green. Whoops. It looks like it's about 50-50 on lower or same. Though some people who are lower, it could just feel like it's lower if you're getting unlucky. Like right now we're getting a little bit unlucky compared to earlier, at least from Volkey, Epic Volkey. Everything else seems pretty average though. Sometimes you go a little while without them. Hey, we got our level. Oh, didn't I say I would hand out a code at that? Yeah, let me go hand out a code. We're going to hand out 2 codes. One right now and one when we hit level 100. And we'll finally have that milestone done. And then I can finally go cover the video. Because at this point, we'll have a level 100 hero class that we can go show it with. It is technically possible to make copy-paste without it, but it's so much more convenient when you already have it. So you don't have to overwrite each one of the numbers in your team codes. However, you can make team codes for level 100, even if you don't have a level 100 hero class. You just have to adjust all the numbers accordingly. But you wouldn't be able to show the effect. You'd just be able to, you know, when someone copy-pastes it, we'll just copy-paste it correctly with all of them, even if you don't have all of them. But at least we'll be able to show it with it too. So we need to make sure we find some fights that actually have like stun and similar mechanics. So we can actually utilize the final trait. Because the other final trait that it gets is like 10 durability to all constructs. Which, if it was armor, would maybe actually be okay. But it's one of the few instances where it being HP is actually a bad thing, not a good thing. because constructs don't really need HP. Like, there's not any single construct that like actively wants HP to do more damage. The few that do, they want armor. And even if that was the case, you'd probably barely ever run it. Because 10 to all stats isn't really that much. It's a relatively small amount. Are the last 5 levels of the Kingdom Pass redoable? Yes. 51 to 55 are infinitely redoable, only if you bought the pass. If you did not buy into the, what is it, $7, $8 pass, you cannot infinitely redo the final ones. So if you're playing free-to-play, once you get to 50, you're just done, which gives you the benefit of not having to grind them anymore. However, if you're buying the pass, you can infinitely do 51 to 55 every single time, which means even once you finish out the 50 rewards, you can still keep farming it. It'll just, you'll keep getting the 51 to 55 rewards. But yeah, the rewards there aren't really that good, but a little bit of extra loot. They give you some medals, specifically the ultra rare tokens. They give you like a couple orbs. I think there's like a vault key there or something. Like, it's not insanely good loot, but it adds up to be a little bit. Nothing too insane. Like, you're not really missing out on much if you don't end up going for it, that's for sure. I'm still going to be going for it, though. The only problem is now we might be one single battle off, which is going to be so annoying for the rest of these event. So hopefully they'll have some kind of solution in place soon. I might even check the game at like almost 3 AM reset time, like right before, just to see if they fix it like really last second again. No, that didn't kill. I thought it might. And he left us. It doesn't matter though. We already had him activated. Oh, then again, actually does slightly matter because I forgot. You can still kill him for vault key chance. One interesting thing about a pet gnome is he's the only pet in the game where, I mean, not the only pet, but I mean he's the only gnome in the game where he actually still gives you both loot. So what happens with most gnomes, or every gnome except him, is that you will get the vault key instead of whatever they were supposed to drop. However, pet gnome is a little bit different. It actually still drops both drops. So not only do you still get the pet activation and all that, but you will also still get the vault key. In every other gnome situation, you'll only get the vault key and not get the normal drop. But in the case of pet gnome, you get both. It's the only pet that interacts that way. I'm not sure why they didn't do that with curse gnome. Their solution to curse gnome was to just remove the vault keys from their drop table. However, they could have just made it like how pet gnomes work. I'm not sure why they didn't do that, but instead they just completely removed the vault key from its drop table. And to make it so it only ever drops the shard thingies. But they could have just made it so whenever it does a vault key, it just does the vault key and the shard things. It's weird that they did it for pet gnome, but not for curse gnome. Though in all fairness, curse gnome like barely ever shows up, so it doesn't make that huge a difference. Wait, does it give you key and runes too? Last I recall, the way that they changed it is it only gives you runes with a 0% chance for key. Though they may have changed it to be the same, I'm not sure. But last I recall, they changed it to only ever be shards with a 0% chance for key. Like, logically, you would think they would make it like pet gnome. But last I recall, that's not what they did with it. Like, it would make a lot of sense if it was. But they changed it to only be runes and never vault key. Ever. It is the only gnome that has a 0% chance to ever give vault key. Well, that and technically Cedric. But you only ever see Cedric anything in the vaults. But yeah, the only two that don't are Curse Gnomes and Cedrics. I mean, yeah, Curse Gnome. Whatever. The Curse Rune Dropper. You know what I mean. But yeah, him and Cedric are the only two that don't drop any vault keys at all. Every other gnome does. Also, you can still get vault keys in a vault key. It's just Cedric himself doesn't drop them. The 3 smaller ones do, but they have a much lower rate. Oh yeah, also the verse gnomes, duh. Yeah, the verse gnomes also don't drop vault keys. They only ever drop their verse. That's true. Speaking of which, we have called the verse 2 to assist us, which is the one I actually need. I honestly been doing very good on verse 2 today. I think I'm at like 4 or 5 verse 2s. Just this stream alone, I think we had 3. Which is very beneficial for us, as that's the one we're missing. Like every verse 2 is a new Gnomapalooza for us. Which reminds me, we'll be running Gnomapalooza this weekend, by the way. Not tonight, but tomorrow and Sunday we'll definitely be doing it to some degree. Which will make our current number just shoot up like crazy. Right now it says we're at 6-1. That number will literally be like triple digits probably tomorrow night. Because of how Gnomapalooza works. I still can't get over how broken Gnomapalooza is after like 3 nerfs. It's still insane how strong they kept it. And one funny thing, Gnomapalooza has only been out for like a year now. I think as of next month it'll be out for a year. It feels like the mechanic has existed forever. Yet it's not even a year old yet. It's amazing how some mechanics feel like that in Gems of War. It also felt like that too, but at this point they're almost 3 years old in a couple of months. They came out I think October a couple years ago, 2019. Gosh, what's with all the pet gnomes? I wish they had a small chance to give you pet bait. I don't even care if it was like 1%. They just need something other than what they have. Like their normal drop table is so pitiful. Because anytime you get a repeat one when you already have one active, you just get 2 white pet food. Which is about the equivalence of nothing in the current state of the game. Whereas at least a very small chance to get pet bait or something would actually be useful. Even if it was absurdly unlikely. Oh wait, did I ever hand out a redeem code? Oh yeah, I did. I just didn't go over the whole spiel on it. Because normally I go over all the everything. But yeah, I did post it. Here we go. Here's the one from earlier. That's not a new one. That's just the same one from earlier. We will have a new one in a little bit though. We'll have another code when we hit 100. That's the one from earlier though. It's likely still good if anyone's just getting here. Yeah, when we hit 100, we'll hand out a second one then. Now we're almost there. Like we should be hitting level 99 in several minutes. We just gotta go for that final level. And then we'll have a max Geomancer. I just have something else to poll. Have you guys gotten max Geomancer yet? Based on our previous poll a couple days ago, it was only 12% of people had it max. Pretty sure it's like 20-ish% now, maybe 30. Because obviously as time goes on, that number will increase. That'd be funny if it didn't. That'd be funny if time went on, the number somehow went down. I guess it could, depending on who's watching at a given time. Problem is, you would need to have an option to enable disable pet food from battle because of the rate you would be wasting them during a Palooza. Wait, what? You'd have to have an option to enable disable pet food from battle. Do you mean pet bait? I don't mean sure what you mean by pet food in that context. But yes, you can coordinate with your guilds when a pet is about. I think that's what you're trying to refer to. You can coordinate with your guilds when a pet is active and then activate it after the fact. Oh, okay, you were referring to bait. Never mind. Yeah, you wouldn't want to use pet bait during a Palooza. If you ever had pet bait, you'd want to do it for some time in the middle of the week. Not a Wednesday, obviously, because there's a pet active. But like a good day for it's like Tuesday, Monday, a weekend when there's not a pet event. I mean, a vault event, I mean. Or sometimes there's just Saturday pet events that you'd want to make sure not to do it on as well. If you do accidentally ever use a pet bait on a time when a pet is active, the way that it works is the first battle you do when your guild does not have a pet active will end up being a pet bait gnome. Or, you know, your pet bait will work to trigger a pet gnome. So you don't technically waste it, but you might have wasted the time synergy that you would end up getting. Because pet bait could actually be something that's really useful, it's just they charge way too much money for what it is. Like, if it was actually obtainable in-game, there'd be a lot of interesting strategies you could do for it. Where you coordinate as a guild to basically perpetually have pet actives. You can already kind of do that if you have an active enough guild. But having a bunch of pet bait would make it a lot more convenient. There's just no way to farm it in-game. Money's the only way to currently obtain them. It would be nice if we had some free methods of doing it, because it would change how guilds would go about doing pets. Since it would be a lot easier to maintain a pet pretty much every hour. At least in theory. Which is already something that's possible. It's just, it'd be a lot easier to do so. I just accidentally clicked on the poll. Which is currently at 50-50. So 50 people think it's the same, 50 people think it's lower. Is it actually changed? I have no clue. Or at least from what I've seen, it doesn't seem changed. Though it could be a platform difference thing. Or even a location thing, because I haven't been doing Explore. It's not yet anyways. Actually, we might not even be touching Explore much this weekend. Because tonight, our main goal obviously is max hero class. And the next 2 days is going to be pretty much just running Paloozas. I don't know, maybe one of those days we'll run Palooza and the other one will farm normally. Because if I'm not mistaken, are we actually a little low on Palooza? Because I think I dumped like 1 billion Paloozas the last event. So now I only have like 15 or something. Let me double check. Because if I have less than 20, we actually can't just like spam Palooza. Let's see. How many are we at? Yeah, we're only at, oh gosh, we're only at 15? Oh yeah, we used a lot of Palooza last time. We went down to 10 because I found 5 so far. So that means we went down to 10 because I didn't want to dip under that. We found 5 since then because I haven't found any between the events. But yeah, we definitely need a lot more verse 2. Oh, we found 5 so far. Let's keep going. Also, have we seriously gotten no Volkies or Epic Volkies this entire stream? That's actually kind of funny. Because the number I have up there is what I got before the stream even started. That number is going to shoot up like crazy when we do a single Palooza though. Which is always weird, like tracking Volkies and Epic Volkies, because right now it seems like we have like literally 0 of both, based on 6-1. But we do a single Palooza that's going to go to like 33. Or, you know, 30 for the first number, 3 for the other one. Speaking of verse gnomes. Another one for the pile. Specifically verse 1, which is one we need. Kind of. Technically, 2 we need the most, 3 we need the second most. But realistically, we mostly just need 2. Any of them still help. We've had about 12 gnomes in Explore since the poll was posted, really? That's actually still pretty good. Like 12 since that's not a low amount at all. That's just probably more than we've even gotten in that time. But we are doing a slower method, what we're doing right now. It's about half as slow as doing double Iron Hawk. But we get 2 class XP per battle, which makes up for it. We also get chance of pet gnomes, which is something you wouldn't get in Explore. Curious, whenever you're playing a game, do you ever just sing? Oh no, I never sing randomly. I can't sing. The closest we come to singing during a video game... Hey, level 99, 1 more to go! Final level! The closest we ever come to singing while playing a video game is whenever someone has a birthday and they want us to sing happy birthday for them, we will sing them happy birthday. But beyond that, I've never sung while playing a game. Yeah, I don't randomly sing, like ever, under any context. I'm generally extremely quiet. Like, there are days that if you don't count the stream, I say 0 words. Like, literally 0. Like, not even a single one. under any context. If you exclude the stream itself, or if you're recording a video or something. But if you exclude those, there are days I don't say a single word. There are weeks I don't say a single word, not counting the streams. Can you put your Horde Mimic counter up for a second? You just need a visual reference. Horde Mimic counter, Horde Mimic counter. Oh yeah, Horde Mimic counter. I was like trying to think of what that was for a second. I think this is the right one. I think. Oh gosh, there's too many numbers overlapping each other. There it is. Is this my current number? Yeah, that's my current number. There it is. We're at 94. I'm trying to put it somewhere where it's easier to see. I need a big dark void. Where can I find a dark void? I'm trying to find a dark void. I'm trying to find a darker void. Well, that's kind of easy to see. There we go. But yeah, we're at 94 and 17. There it is. I'm trying to find a spot where it doesn't have like white text behind it. But yeah, 94.17 is where our Mimic's at right now. Hasn't really changed much. We're still grinding them here and there. Anyways, let's go back here. That's not what I want. That's our current numbers for... that's our absolute total. And we've gotten 2 Horde Mimics in that time. And we're still hunting for the other 2, though that is extremely low priority. Because there's literally no reason to have the other 2 other than for the sake of trolling people in PvP. By setting your team as 4 defend team of 4 Horde Mimics. That's pretty much the only purpose it has. It's a very funny purpose. But it's also a very useless purpose. You really only need 1 copy of it ever. There's also achievement associated to the first one you get. It's one of a few mythics in the game where you actually get an achievement for owning it. There's a handful of them. Also, some of them only have an achievement in the game itself, not even as the achievement section. Like, for example, Zugoff. You get, like, a special profile icon, and I think it's, like, something else when you get, like, Zugoff finally. However, there's no actual achievement for getting Zugoff. Like, the game rewards you for getting Zugoff with a little extra something, but there's not actually an achievement that says, like, go craft Zugoff. There's one for, like, Xenos and a few others. But oddly enough, there is not one for Zugoff, even though the game still rewards you for doing so. Or like an icon and something else. Or maybe it's just an icon, I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it was an icon in the title, but it might just be an icon. The Zugoff icon. You had your first Horde Mimic last week, and got the Horde Mimic troop from it? Oh gosh, you got off your very first one. That's pretty lucky. That's actually insanely lucky. I found it funny because when we first did the stream with the Mimics, we ended up opening up our very first one, and it was a Horde Mimic, and it was like, oh, okay, there we go, we found one already, because we didn't know what the odds were at the time, and someone was going crazy because they already did like 14 or 16 of them and didn't find a single one yet, and we did one and we found it immediately. Not the actual troop itself, but, you know, we found a Mimic on our very first try. Before we actually knew what their rates really were. Yeah, that was funny. But no, we didn't actually get a Horde Mimic. It took us a while to get a Horde Mimic. I think it took us like almost 2 months of on and off grinding. Mostly on. Our explore rate has definitely gone down since I've gotten it, but we've still been exploring here and there. It's just very obvious we were going to go like slightly less once we finally got it. We've still been grinding at it. Because that was almost like 4 months ago at this point, right? Because those first 2 months we really grinded, and then like the last 2 months we did like a third as much as we did before. We've still been grinding at it. Just a bit less than normal. Speaking about grinding, about almost time to hand out that redeem code. We're level 99. We're almost there. Gotta get that level 100. But yeah, this hero class is pretty strong. I'm not sure if I still put it in S tier though. It seems like it has a bit of a Dragonian monk issue, where on paper it seems like the most broken thing ever, But in practice, it is just so absurdly situational. Like, it's still really absurdly strong, both of them. But they're a lot more situational than they seem once you actually start using them. I think the biggest thing holding the Construct Hero class down is just some of the options that it really needs to function aren't coming out until like a couple weeks from now. Not to mention we need like double Zenith, which won't exist for like another month or two. Like a lot of things that will make the Geomancer like absurdly good don't currently exist. Which is the biggest issue with it currently. Especially with the team video we'll be covering soon. Like some of the best teams that you'd want to use don't actually exist with it yet. Or they do, but they're kind of money locked. How do you increase stats? Oh yeah, that's another video we need to cover at some point. That gets asked almost every week. But there's a lot of things within the game that give additional stats. The main one that is likely making a good majority of the difference is kingdom upgrades. So there's 5-star kingdoms, 10-star kingdoms, 20-star kingdoms. There's level 10 kingdoms, level 15 kingdoms. There's like a bunch of different things that you could do with kingdoms that give you various stats, and these add up to be quite a lot of stats over time. Most of them are pretty accessible to get, but the later ones can be quite a bit harder. We work towards them slowly throughout the game. There are a few other locations where we're getting stats from, like the Underworld, the medals that we have equipped, stuff like that. But a good majority of it, and probably the biggest difference in any situation, is the amount of kingdom upgrades. I do really need to cover a full comprehensive video on that at some point. Because there's like at least like 8 different locations where you get more stats. Like there's a lot of locations where you get additional stats. And they all add up to be quite a bit. Like each one is like only a few, and most of them are like 1 stat at a time. But they add up to be quite a huge difference. Wait, we can see it right here. This is a level 20 Skady. Oh no, it's only level 16. That's weird. They have it, oh, that's weird. They don't have it fully leveled. But, still. Is this a level 20? Like, you see, this is a level 20. And then you compare it to our, this is a level 20 Mythic. And then we compare it to our level 20 not Mythic. The stats are a little different, just slightly. But it's mostly because they just kind of started and don't have many kingdom upgrades at all. Whereas we have literally all of them. Or at least realistically all of them. I believe there are some people that have level 20 kingdoms, a couple of them. However, you would need to have bought in a lot of extra deep books to do so. Some amount of people probably did, though the good majority of people didn't. So for all intents and purposes, we technically have max stats. You haven't been able to play much. It's so hot by you. But you did find the cursed gnome outside of Palooza. Nice. It's always great. We found one during the stream outside of Palooza. Because outside of Palooza, it's 10 to 15. We got 14 from ours this stream. It's a very nice burst, especially when you're not done getting all the objectives for them yet. We've already finished it, but we still like hoarding them in case we need it for something later. If nothing else, we'll use it for token upgrades. Like, if they never add anything else to use cursed runes for, we are probably going to be using them almost entirely on upgrading tokens once we kind of get to the point where we need to. Though we're not at that point yet. The closest point we would ever be to needing to do so is if we finally have every rare and ultra rare max. I mean, sorry, every rare and common max. We already did all the commons, but we still would need to do all of the rares. And we still need to upgrade like 100-something rares, like 106 or something. So we still got a ways to go. But once we reach that point, we'd finally be able to start upgrading them for value. Because at that point, our guard tokens, the common ones, will no longer have a way to 100% upgrade anything. Because currently we can use them to 100% upgrade the first level on rares. So if we use 3 of them, that will be the first level on a rare. But beyond that, it won't be able to do anything at 100%. Which means we'd have to upgrade them. And then once we upgrade them into a rare, 3 rares would be able to do the first level of an ultra rare. And beyond that, I don't think it's going to be worth upgrading anymore. I think you just throw them for RNG or something. Because the process to upgrade a common token to ultra rare is way too expensive from a loot perspective. Hey, another verse 2. Doing really good on verse 2. Just this last hour, we have hit 4 versus 2s. That's basically 4 Paloozas. It's like an entire hour's worth of Palooza just in this hour. Which, oddly enough, is break even on how long it would take. In 1 hour, we farmed 1 hour of Palooza. Which is pretty convenient. That's actually above average. Normally, you can't actually secure an hour within an hour. Like, normally, if you farm for an hour, you're going to get like half an hour of Palooza. At this hour, we were able to get an hour. So a luckier hour, if nothing else. Which is good, because we'll be doing that this weekend. Maybe not on both days, though. I kind of forgot how low we are on Palooza. I might have to do some normal explore grinding. If anything else, that'll get our hero XP up. Not our class XP, but specifically the bigger number. Which hasn't been moving too much lately. We're not even at 1,750. Because then we'd only be 250 levels away from 2,000. Which doesn't sound like that much, but gosh, does that take forever. Because every level at this point is starting to get to the point where it takes like 3 to 4 hours to get one level. Which means 250 levels is like, what? Almost 1,000 hours? Something like that. Like, to put it into perspective, it is quicker to max every hero class in the game than it is to get this hero to level 2,000 from where it currently is. It is actually quicker to just max every class in the game than to do that. Like, we can make a brand new account, start trying to do it from scratch, and that newer account would sooner have every class maxed before this thing would be level 2,000. That is how long it would take us to get to 2,000 from where we're currently at. It takes a while. Which is why I haven't been trying to power grind it. It's just a very big grind for very little payoff. Because within all that grind, we'd only get 3 extra stats for hero. One of them is magic, so that's somewhat relevant. But it's literally just 3 stats. Then I guess the vanity of having 2,000 plus. Because I would say you basically, like, you're done with the game if you're level 2,000. Like, for completion, from a completionist standpoint, you've done, like, nearly every single thing that can be done, realistically, by the time you hit level 2,000. It's like the max of max, even though it still keeps going higher. Is that loud, Draco? You don't know why, but you've been grinding Explore 1 for hours and no 10th Battle Crasher. Oh yeah, the Battle Crasher doesn't work. There's some kind of glitch with it. They'll be fixing it either later today or eventually. I'm not sure which. Last time it happened, I think they fixed it within a day, and they fixed it like 1 or 2 hours before reset. But I'm not sure what their plan is this time around. It could be till Monday till they fix it. Could be tonight. Who knows? They're definitely going to fix it. It's more so a matter of when than if. As soon, TM, pretty much. They'll fix it soon, TM. That's about when they'll fix it. Well, how close are we on this level? We should be getting it like any moment now. We are at... Oh, we're so close. What is that? 6 more battles? 7? 7. Yeah, 6 more battles would be 1 short. Yeah, we need 7 more battles. Yeah, let's go do it. And then we'll go hand out a code. And then we'll finally have a max Geomancer. Which gives us a nice benefit of having like 1 billion immunities. On top of all the tankiness I already had. Oh, so hello, J Shar. Welcome, welcome. Also, if anyone still has any questions or anyone want me to go over, do let me know. This has pretty much just been a grinding stream. Well, it's technically all this weekend will be too. That's certainly how Vault weekends go. Pretty much like a whole grind weekend. The only difference is we get a lot of loot while doing so. Yeah, tomorrow night we'll probably do a bunch of Paloozas, and then Sunday we'll be a bit chiller and we'll kind of just mix in some like normal farming. Because we definitely don't have enough Paloozas to run 2 streams of pure Palooza. But tomorrow night we'll probably run like nearly pure Palooza, if not pure Palooza. And then Sunday will just be mostly like normal farming while chatting and going over weekly spoilers. I think this could be our game plan then. And also Monday morning, which is technically super late Sunday night technically, we'll also be doing the Legends Reborn event. We'll be doing that live. It might only be an hour-long stream, depends how much content there is to do with Journey's Reborn. But I figured we'd stream it live as soon as it comes out. I have no clue exactly what we're in for, but we'll find out. Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't fix it between the 2 events, because this same bug happened in Nexus back like 7 months ago, where you could go and get 9 out of 10 crowns and they get stuck. Honestly, they just need to completely overhaul, like, the degraded chance of getting the final one. Because it seems to be causing a lot of bugs, however they have it set up. Just make it so they all have the same chance. Like, I don't get what benefit they're really getting from making it take, like, 10 minutes instead of, like, 7. Oh, we actually got Devourer there. That would not have killed if it didn't get Devourer. You just realized, oh, we just got it. There we go. Of 100. We did it. Because, he was submerged, so it actually wouldn't have hit him. But there we go. If I go over to my classes now, and we click over to Geomancer, we finally have Fortitude. Ever so occasionally, I guess you would maybe run this. The only context you would ever run this is if you know for sure, like let's say you were in Guild War, your team that you're using 100% wants to run 50% Construct Start, and they have no Stun, Poison, Disease, Death Mark, Lycanthropy, or Devour. In that situation, you would run 10 life to all Construct, but like 99% of the time, if not more, you're going to be running the immunities, as you generally would with any of these Barrier on Brown hero classes, almost always. The immune to Stun, Poison, Disease, Death Mark, Lycanthropy, and Devour. But there we go. And that makes our final build into Stun when they hit us with Skull, or you can go for Random Status Effect if you want RNG. Extra Magic for whatever, depends how you use it. 20% spell reduction to make it tankier. Extra Magic, because you already have 50% mana start, so yeah, you don't ever run Extra Magic. Rock Solid, obviously, so you get Barrier on Brown. There's like ever so rarely you would run the Magic, but almost always you can Barrier on Brown, as that's one of the main reasons you even use this class in the first place. Then you have super flexible mana accumulation, depending on if you want Enchant on green, purple, or brown. Brown would generally be the way to go, but it depends on what your team build is. And obviously Fortitude for the immune to Stun, Poison, Disease, Death Mark, and Lycanthropy, and Devour. And of course it has its normal traits, the most noteworthy reason you'd even use it, 50% Construct Start, which includes itself, and Stone Skin for 50% score reduction, giving it the highest score reduction potential of any hero class in the game, not counting the Entangle off of Elementalist, which is in a category of its own. But if you ignore Elementalist's existence, this is the tankiest hero class in the game, if you ignore Elementalist existing. Which you kind of have to do for most hero classes, just for balance sake, as it's hard to compare any hero class to Elementalist, otherwise they will almost always lose if you're comparing 1-to-1. Anyways, and we're still at 9 out of 10 because it's still glitched. Nah, hopefully they fix that. I'm gonna check at like 2:30 a.m. just to see if they actually fix it, because that happened last time and then it was annoying because they technically fixed it but then didn't compensate for it, but then it was like one off the entire time and that annoyed me to no end. So in case they're gonna fix it like at midnight again or something like absurdly late at night, I do want to check it again just to make sure. But anyways, let me go hand out a second code. I did say we'd hand out a code when we got the hero class max. Sometime tomorrow I will have a video up going over teams on our now maxed hero class. And all the codes will have all 7 of the traits, which we technically could have done even if we didn't have it. But now I'll actually be able to show them all 7 of the traits. So hopefully we could find some teams in PvP where the final trait will actually be applicable, combined with everything else. Which might take us a couple attempts at doing the video, but we'll get something out for it with a bunch of teams to copy-paste. Anyways, guys, there is the redeem code used on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section. Your invite code can be found in your settings menu. Whatever your game says right over here is what you put in for your invite code. Redeem code is right over there in chat. It's copy-paste random numbers and letters starting with ZG. And it gives same order as always, 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Enjoy, everyone. There you guys go. And definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps a lot and is greatly appreciated. Anyways, any other question, anyone? Otherwise, I think we might be calling it night for now. Tomorrow night, we are going to be running almost purely Nomapalooza. So we're just going to be pretty much just the entire time just clicking this button over and over again and seeing what we get. And then Sunday night we'll go over weekly spoilers and mess around with farming back some of the verse 2s that we used tomorrow night, since we're just going to be burning through a lot of them tomorrow night. And then on Monday morning at reset time, in exactly 2 days, 5 hours and 45 minutes, we'll be doing a stream. And we'll be doing Legends Reborn. This is the new feature that came in the most recent patch. Even though the patch came a couple weeks ago, the first instance of this feature does not happen until 2 days, 5 hours, and 45 minutes from now. And we'll be messing around with that and see what we can do. And that's pretty much the rundown of the plans for this weekend. But anyways, guys, I hope you all have the best of time farming Vault Event. Hopefully you get lucky on it. Hopefully it'll have this glitch fixed soon, maybe even tonight, sometime this weekend, who knows. We have no way of really knowing whenever they get around to it. And we'll go from there. Anyways, guys, enjoy your weekend. Stay safe out there. I'll catch you guys soon. And thank you so much for watching, as always. Greatly appreciated. Goodbye, everyone.